Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In Exodus chapter 3, we have Moses come across the burning bush. And it is through this burning bush that the Lord reveals his plan for Israel. He had heard the moans and the cries of Israel, and he was now going to do something about it. And not only was he going to do something about it, but he was going to send Moses to go out and do something about it, and utilize Moses to go and do something about it. And God reveals to Moses his plan. And it's interesting how Moses responds to God's calling of Moses to go and lead Israel out of Egypt. He says in verse 11, "But Moses said to God, 'Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the sons of Israel out of Egypt?'" And this is a big question. Who am I? Who am I to do this great task? And oftentimes, as we have doors of opportunity open to us, as we have the Lord showing us what he wants us to do in our lives, how he wants us to exercise certain gifts or to accomplish certain tasks, it might be that we ask the same question: who am I that I should go out and accomplish this task? Surely there are more competent, more able people who are able to go out and do this particular task that you're asking me to do. Who am I that I should do it? Moses here was probably thinking, I'm just some shepherd out in the wilderness. Who am I that I would go out and accomplish some great feat like this? And we might diminish who we are and think about how perhaps we don't have the position or the power or the gifting to go out and do anything for the Lord. And so that might deter us from actually going out and doing the work of the Lord. But it's the revelation of who God is that would change things, that should have changed things in Moses's mind, and should change things for us in our minds as we consider these things. Because just a few verses later, in verse 14, God reveals himself as, "I am who I am." In verse 14, God said to Moses, "I am who I am." After Moses had said, who shall I say sent me? They're not going to believe the message that I have to give. The Lord says, "I am who I am has sent you." Basically. And so the answer to the question of who am I is that God is, "I am who I am." It's not so much who we are. It's not that we are perfect, or that we have it all together, or that we somehow have the clout and the position and the power to accomplish anything. It's not because of who we are. It's because of who he is. He is who he is. And therefore, when he calls us to do something, and when he moves us to do something, then we can accomplish it. We can make it happen because of who he is, not because of who we are. And that does two things. One, it keeps us humble. And two, it keeps God in his place in our hearts. We recognize our inability, but we also, at the same time, recognize his ability. And so at the time we are asking the question, who are we, or who am I, we can look above and focus our eyes upon the one who is. I am who I am. And as we stay connected to him, as we trust in him, as we put our confidence in him, he enables us and he allows us to go out and do the great work that he calls us to do. And so whatever it is today that we feel that God is prompting us to do, whether it's speaking to a person about the gospel, or it's getting engaged in some type of ministry, or some type of benevolence, or whatever it might be, anytime we feel intimidated by that, anytime we feel insufficient for that, we should lift our eyes above and say, you know what? Yeah, maybe in and of myself, I'm not sufficient to accomplish this task, but I'm connected to one who is. The one who is all present, all existent, the one who is all sufficient. He's the one I put my trust in. He's the one who can fully supply. He's the one who fully equips. And he's the one that will accomplish the goal that he has set for me. And so let's go out today with the confidence in knowing that we serve the great I Am. And we serve the one who can go out and do things that are far beyond our comprehension, far beyond our imagination. So let's think about that today as we do our reading today. And with that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.